welcome back to my channel. It's Jackie. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to overcome imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is feeling like you are out of place, feeling like you might be a fraud. For me, I really felt this the most when I was starting my computer science journey. In my very first computer science class, some of my peers had already taken AP courses or had done multiple years of programming. For me, this was my first formal class. It was just so demoralizing, honestly, when I saw someone else complete a project that took me multiple hours to do and they finished it within minutes because it was something they had learned years ago. At the time, I didn't even think about the fact that they had all this time to practice the skill. In my mind, I was just thinking, wow, I do not belong in this field. Ultimately, I'm super happy that I stayed in computer science. While I still have some moments and thoughts where I might feel a little out of place, over time I've developed a lot of habits that have ultimately helped me to overcome the paralyzing effects of imposter syndrome. One of the things that has helped me so much is just being mindful of whenever I have these negative thoughts. It's really natural sometimes to have these negative thoughts, especially when you're so new to environment and the people around you are super brilliant. But that first step of just being aware whenever that thought happens allows you to prevent yourself from just kind of runaway training with that mindset. Instead, it allows you to kind of like take a break from that thought and allows you to do something else with it. For example, sometimes the moments when you're deepest in imposter syndrome can be so debilitating. It was super helpful for me to note whenever I had these thoughts and remind myself different things instead. Like, everybody has to start off at some place, so I have to remind myself that it's totally natural for me not to be an expert from day one. Next, the thing that really helped me to thrive in my computer science education was setting goals that were actually in my control. So I think a lot of the other thoughts that came with imposter syndrome was feeling this need to perform or feeling this need to be at the same level as others. Sometimes those are things that you can't control. For instance, instead of focusing on awards you can win, scholarships or things like that, shifting my focus to being able to master a particular concept. Honestly, at that point when I was just so focused on achieving those goals, I didn't have time to really worry about imposter syndrome. Having the additional experience and exposure to the subject allowed me to feel like I actually knew what I was doing. So even if you have that moment or that voice in the back of your head that's telling you to stop, just remind yourself that with time, it will get better. Imposter syndrome really is one of those things that really is such a hindrance to growth. It's so annoying, honestly, because you just feel so motivated and disinterested to join or initially start something, but without having that experience and actual hours put into the efforts, then you're obviously not going to see any results. And that kind of adds to this perception like, oh, it's so true then. I am such a fraud, I don't belong here. But being able to squash and overcome imposter syndrome allows you to get over that hurdle so you can actually take time to build your craft and improve. So once you start building that skill set, you're also going to be building your confidence. I hope with whatever field and work you're in, you find this advice helpful. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up so I know to make other videos like this. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know if there are any tips that I missed. I'm always looking to find other ways to overcome imposter syndrome, and we'll be looking forward to your comment. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.